What's happening, everyone? Mark here on Creating Your Digital Life. Today's video, I wanted to talk about how the digital life actually impacts our lifestyle and more specifically our sleep cycle in a negative way. Now, whereas I'd like to talk about how the digital life can be positive, can be affecting your everyday life in a more positive way, this one particular field can actually have a very great hindrance on your life in general. But what do I mean by this? So you may not know this, but back in the late 2010s, the app and developing companies within the tech conglomerates actually started to focus on the people who have been more and more sleep deprived over the ages. And if you think about it, within the 21st century in particular, people have been focusing on their phones, on their tablets, their computers, whatever, more and more, as in having the fear of missing out on something, always catching up with the latest content, and just binge watching some extra episode or checking some Facebook update, whatever. And because of that, we have been feeling a lot of fatigue, a lot of stress, and we're not able to produce the kind of work or the kind of qualitative time that we used to. So therefore, these companies came up with these solutions for apps and all these gadgets that can help you keep time, be able to fall asleep, get up to work at a timely manner, down to the minute or the second. However, this is actually not the way to go, and this is a solution that is very unnatural, because if you think about it, we as human beings are not primed to wake up to the minute, to the second. I'm not saying that you should be sleeping as long as your body feels all the time, but what I'm trying to implement is that you should be creating a natural life cycle for yourself that works, and you'd be surprised how accurate the body can actually be sometimes without the aid of any kind of machine or any kind of device to help you keep off time. So what I'd like to reflect on is that once you create a sustainable life, let's say you're working less hours, you're able to spend some quality time with your friends, you need to own in on the right amount of sleep as well, just to make sure that you're getting the amount of quality rest that your body needs. That could be sometimes 7 to 8 hours, that could be 5 to 6 hours. The point is, you should be listening to your body and not to a gadget to tell you what to do, when and how. Now, some of the people out there would disagree with this because they simply do not have the luxury of setting up certain kind of lifestyle of relaxing and having some qualitative time, which I partly agree with, because some circumstances just do not allow you to work within these kind of regimen. But what I'd also say is that these kind of perceptions need to be challenged and they need to be overthought, because sometimes a small decision can actually have a great impact. And what I mean by this, so let's assume that you're working within a 9-to-5 job, have a long commute and whatever comes with it, like taking care of family, all that stuff. Instead of, let's say, wasting your time during the evening catching up on news and all those kind of things, maybe what you should be doing is trying to implement an hour or maybe 2 without any kind of technological reach. So what I mean is that switching off your phones, switching off your tablets, your television, your computer, whatever, and not allowing the mind to wander in that way. Just simply let your thoughts flow through, focus on yourself, and be who you're meant to be, as cliche as it sounds. And another tip, if you're trying to fall asleep, without using, let's say, a device to get you calmed down, with some of the apps that actually do this to relax, meditate, which can be useful, I admit, I've used it as well. But what I'd highly recommend and urge you to do is switch off the lights, and you'd be surprised how quickly you will actually fall asleep without checking the screen and always kept awake. So in short, even though we are blessed to the technological age, if you are not careful and not attentive to your body's needs, then you might actually fall to the other side of the horse, as we like to say it in my country, because if you're overdoing it, over calculating everything else, and not giving yourself the amount of rest and wandering time for your mind that you need, then what happens is you'll just get burnt out in the long run. Hope you find this video useful. If you did, Feel free to hit that subscribe button and the like, it really helps out a lot. If you have any comments to share, feedbacks, topics you want to discuss, drop them down in the comments below. And until the next video, I hope you have a nice day.